Hello and welcome to another Python tutorial episode. If you've been enjoying this series so far, then why not like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, please leave your comments down below for any other topics you would like me to cover within the Python world. Having said that, let's get on with today's tutorial and look at the filter command. This is more easily explained using an example, so we'll get straight down to coding and then I will go through the explanation. First, we can define a function called simply function for simplicity, and this will have a variable x. Then we can define a list of vowels, and that will be simply a list containing A, E, I, O, and U. And finally, we can say return not x in vowels. What this means is that the function will return true if our x variable is not in the vowel list, whereas it'll return false if x is in the vowel list. Then we can define another variable outside of the function called sentence, and we can give this, as an example, coding specs. Then we can finally say that result equals filter of function, comma, sentence. Then we can print result. Now if we run the code using the F5 key, you can see that what this code returns is an object. This is what is known as a filter object and is commonly considered an iterable. What this means is that we can iterate through the elements of this object in order to get the information we need. Specifically, we can do this by writing for r in result print r. And if we run the code again, we can see that this time we have letters printed out. Specifically, cdng space spcs. Now, can you see a resemblance between these letters we can see here and our original variable called sentence, namely coding specs? Of course, I'm sure you've all noticed that this is none other than coding specs without the vowels. So of course, from this we can easily deduce what the filter function does. In other words, looking at line number 8, the filter function takes two arguments, a function and an iterable. The iterable in this case is our string coding specs, and the function is the one we called function itself, defined in lines 1 to 4. The function we define can either be inbuilt within the Python library, or, as we've done here, a custom one. However, the important thing is that it must be capable of returning either true or false, and nothing else. In this case, what the filter function will do is it will go through each of the characters in coding specs, and if our function returns true, namely the character is not a vowel, then it will consider it within its iterable object. Otherwise, it will reject it. So the elements we get out of the filter function are none other than the consonants, and in this case also a space. I'm sure you can all understand how powerful this function can be in boosting the power of a simple if-else statement, because whereas a simple if-else statement will consider one or sometimes two conditions, we can have a function which is a custom-built one which considers multiple conditions and indeed can be far more elaborate. Therefore, in theory, our function, which in this case is only 3 lines long, could actually be some impossibly long piece of code with thousands and thousands of lines and really complex calculations, and all we need to do in order to use it within our code is call a single line, which is line 8. Result equals filter of function and an iterable. That's it. So I'm sure you can appreciate the power of the filter command, and I look forward to hearing from all of you in the comments down below how you used it to implement and improve your code. With that, I look forward to seeing you again next week, and in the meantime, don't forget to check out my other tutorials, and why not put your coding skills to the test with my challenges. You can find a link to both of these in the top right hand corner of your screen, and as usual, in the comments down below. Once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, happy coding!